Welcome back to the channel, all about life scaling. My name is Teddy, and like I told you guys, I would be making a worker empire guide for the new Seoul region, and what do you know, today is the day. So we're going to be taking a look at all the nodes, all the workers, and how to get the most from the Seoul region when you're using your worker empire. So if you enjoy the Black Desert content, be sure to check out the channel for more. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all those notifications. Without wasting any more time, let's just jump into the short and quick, easy guide to the Seoul worker empire. Starting off, there's not really much to do out here in Seoul. Unfortunately, with the lack of the palace management, there's really no tell on what the workers are going to be using, how we're going to be using the workers with it, or even if we're going to have to use different workers. But we can still get some use out of the workers with the surrounding nodes, so let's take a look at them. We're going to start here at Godu Village. Godu Village is just like Biot County. Inside Godu Village, we have radish, Napa cabbage, and 2 rice nodes that you can rent if you guys are out here making the Biot County gut baps. As for the rentable nodes, most of the nodes that we can rent from all the new towns are going to be the same, with having storage, lodging, at least 1 horse ranch, a crop workshop, and the Jangdok platform if you guys are making the soy sauce, which I do have a guide on that if you guys want to check that out. For me, personally, what I did was I chose all 3 crop workshops. Here in Godu Village, both Godu Village 2 and Godu Village 3 are level 1 crop workshops, with Godu Village 1 being a level 2 workshop. So if you guys are out here making your special Napa cabbage sacks, special radish sack, the special sesame sack, or even the special rice sack, you can start doing the level 2 sacks instead of just doing the level 1 sacks. Choosing to put 3 workers on here will allow you to have all 3 crop workshops going if that's one way that you want to go for it. Like with me, I plan to have 2 workers getting my Napa cabbage and my radish, while I have 3 workers working their workshops. Taking a look at the nodes that are surrounding the area, there's not really much here. We have pine timber and pine sap. Geojui cave, we have the copper ore, powder of flame, rough opal, and viola if you guys are out there trying to gather those flowers. Dang forest has zinc ore, powder of time, and platinum ore. We have fir timber, spirit's leaf, and lastly we have birch timber and birch sap. I don't really find much of these nodes really worth the time, other than obviously the zinc ore, powder time, and the platinum ore, alongside the copper ore, powder flame, and the rough opal. Those 2 nodes are going to be extremely important if you guys have a lot of metal workshops. I took these 2 nodes here because of the sheer importance of all of the metal, with either selling on the central market, making our crates, or other crafting projects. These workers are over here from Yukjo Street. Now let's take a look at Yukjo Street. Yukjo Street is a little bit different, with having a lot more storage space, meaning this is going to be the drop-off point for most of your palace management, at least in my opinion. Not only is there a huge amount of lodging that can be rented, but there's also a huge amount of storage that you can rent here too, allowing for a lot of workers and a lot of storage. Yukjo Street 3, however, does have the Old Moon Furniture Workshop and a normal furniture workshop, just like over there in Nampo. Over here at this Old Moon Workshop, you can make the Uramak furniture for your house and various porcelain objects for the new area. Not to mention there are other manor objects that you can go out there and craft if you guys enjoy playing around with your manor. Lastly, we have the Bukpo area. Unfortunately, Bukpo does not have any rentable nodes, even though it says it does. It is a bug. We are waiting for Prolibus to ever decide if we can start using this area. But for those who did get workers or decided to pay for the workers, setting up workers over here should be the same as with the other areas, with having your lodging and your storage. I'm not sure what it's going to look like, so it might not be as OP as Yukjo Street, but there still is possibilities here. Now for those who do have workers over there in Bukpo, we can take a look at the Bioli Forest. Over here has maple timber, maple sap, and the old tree bark on 2 of the nodes. This is extremely important if you guys have a lot of your lumber workshops. Next is going to be Matgo Village, with having the iron ore, powder of darkness, and the rough black crystal. Obviously, with your trade crates, having that iron ore and the rough black crystal is a must. Next, we have Mount Ashi. Here has Trace of Nature and the rough translucent crystal. Alchemy and crate makers, this is a perfect node for you. Lastly, we have the Mingyan Hall. This has Trace of Nature and the rough translucent crystal, just like with the Mount Ashi, making this perfect for those crate traders and for alchemists. Like I mentioned, these workers are running from Bukpo and will require you to have your pay-to-win workers, which leads into the next topic. In order to get any storage and more workers other than renting, when it comes to the worker empire over there in Seoul, we're going to have to rely heavily on the pay-to-win shop. We'll have to buy a lot of our storage and our worker lodging using pearls if you guys want to use any of the palace management in the future, or if you guys want to actually use Bukpo. Keep in mind that there is a limit on how many you can buy per family, so if you guys are trying to go the pay-to-win method, I suggest getting more storage in Yukjo Street to future-proof your palace management, and get more workers for either Yukjo Street or Bukpo just to help out with that palace management. If you guys invested heavily into Biot County, Godu Village is not going to be for you, but it does offer a nice influx of the radish and the Napa cabbage if that's something that you guys are looking forward to. All in all, there's not really much that we can do over there in the Seoul region with having no palace management and having to spend actual real money for any real viable options over there in the Land of the Morning Light Part 2. I could just be jumping the gun, Perlibus could have other things planned out, but let me know how you guys feel about it if you guys are looking forward to any new future updates for the Land of the Morning Light Part 2, if they're going to change anything around, give us our palace management, cough cough, hint hint, Perlibus, or if you guys are just avoiding the region. I know I am with having no real reason to really go out there other than trading in my crates, and that can be done with just an alt and a couple of minutes. But let me know. I'm curious. I'm all ears and I want to know. I hope you find this helpful and it helps you decide what you guys want to do with your worker empire out there in the Land of the Morning Light Part 2 Seoul region. I will see you guys in the next one. Keep gathering out there, everyone.